Hello everyone, what is cooking, all you good looking people out there, and welcome to another exciting episode of GeoGuessr. Here we are in yesterday's daily challenge location. This was a cool spot because we found ourselves in a hole, and most of the time we find ourselves in a hole, it is a different looking hole than this. But this is an Australian hole? I don't know, that's what I'm guessing. That's what I think this is, so I think that's the guess that I'm gonna make. Where in Australia? I don't know. Let's go and say that we are somewhere like right here. No, not that far from the road. Let's say we're somewhere like right here. There's a big boulder over here. All right, sure, yeah. Let's go with like right around here. All right, I think that's good enough, right? Yeah, definitely. All right, let's make the guess. And the answer was, no, we weren't like right there, but we were not really close to anything, to be honest. Close to this thing, Lake Gregory, so that's good. A lot of people hang out near Lake Gregory. In fact, there's this, wow, is this like a bridge? I would be surprised if it was. I think maybe it's like some sort of other thing. But apparently there's like all these lines over here. Maybe this lake doesn't really exist. That's a possibility as well. The lake could just not exist. But yeah, there you go, near Lake Gregory in Australia. Hopefully some of you guys figured that one out. All right, here we are in the not the main, well, you know, you can count this as a main course in the video. Oh, fuck it. You know what, I just suck at this. I always forget what part of the video we're in. It's, you know the reason why? It's because everything is called a challenge. It's either me solving the daily challenge, or this being the daily challenge, or it being the viewer challenge. So I just completely forget. Also, for whatever reason, I keep forgetting how to intro videos. But you know what? That's fine. Look at this. We're at a golf course. Wow. That's actually pretty cool, and it would be really nice if it wasn't for this, like, big, like, coal mine in the distance. I don't know what this is. There are, like, giant mountains here. Maybe these are, like, secret pyramids. Who knows? I think it's just part of a mine. I have no idea what this is. Some weird stuff going on. Looks very strange, but hey, you know what? We've got a big old golf course here. It does indeed look quite nice. There's a pool over here at the golf course. I guess this is like a resort, like a hotel or something like that as well. So we do have that. There's tennis and all that stuff. But the main attraction, my guess, is this golf course. It looks pretty nice. There's some reddish earth along there. It looks like the sand traps aren't as much sand as they are just like exposed dirt. But again, you know what? It is quite nice and green around here. But like I was saying, this is today's daily challenge, meaning it's up to you guys to tell me where in the world you think we are. All you need to do is put your guesses down in the comment section below. Tell me where in the world you think this is. And in tomorrow's video's comment section, I announce the winner, the person that guesses closest. Now, there are no prizes, but there is glory to be won. So if you are interested in becoming today's top GeoGuessr, then tell me, where in the world do you think we are right now? Alrighty, here we are in the main section of today's video, and today we've got a viewer challenge brought to us today by someone new sending in viewer challenges. That would be none other than our good friend, Sorta Authentic. Yes, Sorta Authentic, thank you so much for this one. This is a very interesting challenge. This one is one of my favorite types of themes. This one is places where our friend Sorta Authentic has been. This one is all about places that they actually went in Europe during a school trip to Europe. That's right, a school trip that has, well, I'm guessing, well, maybe it's just one country. We don't know. Just Europe was what we were told, or what I was told. But it could be in several countries. It could be in a single country. I would imagine one is probably likely because it is a school trip. I mean, how far can you go? Well, it really depends how fancy of a school you go to. There is that. I never went on a international trip when I was in high school, although I do think some students from the year after myself did go somewhere in South America. Maybe it was Brazil. I'm not sure. Somewhere in South America, and I do know that something like the choir or maybe the music program went to Japan when I was there. Something like that. I don't really remember, to be honest. But there you go. I never went anywhere fancy other than, you know, places in Canada, you know, close, not too far around. You know, as far as we probably went to was Quebec City if I were to... Yeah, I think Quebec City is probably as far as we ever went. Toronto, yeah. Toronto and Quebec City are pretty much the same distance from where I live. Anyways, that is about it. So thank you. Oh, we have the Sudbury ones too. Interesting. Anyways, thank you so much, Sorta Authentic, for this one. If you guys are interested in creating your own custom challenge, all you need to do is look down at the description below, find a step-by-step guide on how to create your own custom challenge and how to send it to me. Also, you can find a link to this one so you can play along yourself. So let's get right to it. Boom! Great. So we went to this European country. Now, we got to think, we're a child that is living in, I don't know, I mean, we could be in Australia. That's true, but God, that's very, very far. We know we're not in Europe because we went to Europe. So we are of high school age, and we are likely to be in America. Maybe Australia, it's possible, but just based on sheer demographics, I guess it's likely that we would be in the United States. So, all right, we're in America. We are looking at this, and where are we traveling to? Well, from the immediate looks of it, we're going to France, right? Yes, okay. Because look at these buildings, right? These look like French buildings to me, and I believe they are. Okay, so we're on a trip to France. Well, that's nice. So, if we're going to France, are we? Well, we could be. I don't know. Are we American? Where do we live? I'm trying to paint myself a picture here. I honestly don't know. I can guess. We are American. We live in the Northeast. We are not from New York State. I'm thinking we're either from Massachusetts or Pennsylvania. Something like that. Let's go Massachusetts. Let's say we're from Boston. There you go. We're from Boston. We're a youth from Boston, and we are taking a trip to Paris. There you go. What a wonderful trip. Well, at least so far we know, well, at least we think we're in Paris. We could be in a few places. If we go to France, though, on a trip, I'm thinking we should be in Paris, right? Well, we've been to a few places. There's 5 locations here. We don't know where they all are, but, Paris destination number 1. First of all, gateway to Europe. You can fly there quite easily. So there is that to think. Now, the real question is, where are things? We don't really know that. Now, again, I'm just assuming this is Paris. I don't know. I should probably, make a guess, but I should probably, look. Okay, it does look like we are indeed in Paris. So we are somewhere in Paris. There's trains, and it is beautiful, and it looks nice and very France-like. You know what? I really should go to Paris. I always talk about how I don't particularly care to go to Paris. But honestly, it looks like a nice place. I mean, look at this. This looks fun. Do I really want to go to the museums? No, but this looks like a fun place to be. It looks like a nice city. Honestly, I'd live here. I'd live in Paris. Why not? It's one of those cities. It's a better city than the one I live in. So, and I like the idea of city living. But I don't know. I don't know where I'd want to live in Paris. I have no idea. I'm not too familiar with Paris itself. So great. We are in Paris. It's beautiful. It's very nice. Where in Paris are we right now? Because we've flown from Boston. I'm just assuming Boston. Making some wild guesses here. And we are going, somewhere up here. Yeah, in like the 10th area. So we're going to say, no, 9th. There you go. Make the guess, and the answer was wrong. We were actually down over here in the 14th R. Arrangement? I have no idea what that's for. 60, 70. All right. So we're probably still in France. Wind energy. Cosmos with a K. Kinetic sand. Klangwelten. Oh, Lord. All right. Well, so we've decided that we are gonna go to, it's like a classic European, and I do that in sort of air quotes. We are in Europe, but let's say we're American right now, or Canadian. Again, I've been over how it's the same thing, and I'm sorry to Americans out there. I don't mean to imply that you're anything like Canadians. I'm not sorry to all Canadians out there. We're pretty much the same thing as Americans. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Okay, anyways, after having that conversation for the 70,000th time, so we're here in North America, and we're thinking of a trip to Europe. Well, where do we go? France seems like a great choice. Germany seems like a great choice as well. Are we going to go exotic and go somewhere as exotic as Belgium? I mean, Belgium is not exotic, but it seems like it. I mean, shoot, even the Netherlands seems exotic. No, a lot of people travel to the Netherlands. It's a destination. But again, it's not one of the... the Netherlands is probably 6. Yeah, it's probably number 6 as a North American European destination. I mean, it's not the UK, France, Germany, Italy, or Spain. I think those are the big 5. I mean, look, I don't know, right? I don't know, but I feel like the Netherlands is probably number 6. Number 6 on the list. Hey, 6th place isn't bad. Sometimes it's good to be 6th. I think that's where I would place the Netherlands. Where would I place Belgium? I don't know. There's Greece. I don't know about it recently, but I think Greece might go before Belgium. It's hard to tell. Where do these countries fit in the list? That's a hard one to tell. They file along. They probably go you probably would place. I don't know. It's so hard to tell. I'm trying to rank the countries in terms of like how often these ones are visited. I feel like the Netherlands is visited very often, so I definitely feel comfortable placing it at 6. I do feel like it's definite. Oh, but Ireland might be 6. Yeah, sorry, Netherlands. Ireland is 6th. I mean, maybe it's not even 6th, but it's in the top 6. Right? I don't know. I don't know the order. It's going to be, I mean, number 1 for North American travel. This is a hard one. For worldwide travel, London, UK is number 1, I would imagine, in that. And then perhaps France too. For North American travel, I would imagine it probably follows worldwide trends as well. UK number 1, France number 2. Then maybe Italy, Germany, Spain? Or Italy, Spain, Germany? It's hard to tell again. It's very, very tricky. Then, but again, I don't know where Ireland ranks. Oh, it's so hard to figure out. Maybe someone has stats on this, maybe Wikipedia. So I didn't really take too much of a look at the language. I just imagined that it was German, and Germany makes sense on our trip. As a youth from Boston. Again, I'm just making up that you live in Boston. I have no idea. So what do we got here? Wow, campus spelled 4 times. That's really good. We're at so we've actually been to a school or something. Oh, that's cool. Like a university campus somewhere in a country. God, I want to actually find out where we are. I don't want to just make a guess. You know what? We've got to be in Germany. Where in Germany? Well, it'd be easy to go to Frankfurt, but that's really a hub. I think we've gone to Berlin. I just feel like that's probably likely. So we've gone to Berlin, and the answer was, oh, God, okay. I wouldn't have guessed that at all. Well, that was German, right? At least I was looking at German language. All right, Switzerland. Swiss Science Center Technorama. Wow, that's cool. See, I don't know where Switzerland ranks on the list. Probably 13th. No. Oh, shit, there's a lot of countries. Yeah, 13th. That sounds about right to me. I don't know. I really hope that there's a list that exists out there, and then my predictions, you guys can base them. I don't even know where or if we even count Iceland. Iceland? I don't know. Are there more? Here's a good question. Are there more North American tours to Iceland or to Slovakia in a year? That's a good question. I don't know. Iceland? I have no idea. 2337. Probably Iceland, I would imagine. Okay. So now we're somewhere unknown. And this looks like an interesting country. Oh, wow. This is a European trip, you say? Are you sure about that? This is a European trip. Now, my friend, I'm sorry, but we aren't in Europe. At least I don't think we are. I'm almost positive we're not in Europe. Where are we? Pest control. Okay. So I misread the situation completely. It appears we are in... Which one is this? This is Melbourne? It appears we're in Melbourne, right? Is that what this is? I think it is. It looks like Melbourne but it might not be. It might be I honestly have no idea. So we weren't a youth from, well, I mean, I'm guessing that this is where we're from then, in that case. Because, oh man, I mean, I guess the Australia, I mean, at least I mentioned Australia earlier on. Is this really Melbourne? I don't know about that. I mean, it kind of looked like it, but is it really? What is this big building? It's huge. Gigantic. Is this like, I don't know. This is somewhere else. This is some very weird European trip you've taken here. So are we a youth from Australia? Is that what we are? I like I'm calling you a youth. I mean, God, you're in high school. You're not like in middle school or anything like that. You know, when you're taking a trip like this, I'm assuming this is one of the last years you're in high school too. EP. All right, what are we on? We're on EP 16, 16 kilometers. So we're on the EP. Shoot, I don't know. Is this Melbourne? I think that's what Melbourne looks like though. So where's this EP of ours? I'm fairly certain we're like on like this road here or something. Something like that. Very, very strange. Westgate Bridge. I don't know where we are. Let's just go down off the off-ramp and onto something else. Maybe we're like in Singapore or something like that. Is that a possibility? I mean, I guess so, but... Oh, there's a Boeing place. Is Melbourne really that big of a city? I mean, Lord, it looks beautiful. It is a big old city, that's for sure. But again, I have no idea. There's a lot of places we could be right now. The Plaza Car Park. I don't know. Maybe we're in Singapore. I think that's a possibility. I think we are in Singapore. This isn't Melbourne, is it? So you're a youth from Singapore that has taken a trip. Why did I think that was Melbourne? It kind of looks like Melbourne. Doesn't it? Someone, yeah, okay, that was way too big to be Melbourne. I was an idiot. I was getting tripped up. Don't worry about it, okay? It happens. A youth from Singapore taking a fantastical trip to Europe. I mean, okay, look, if your trip to, I mean, it kind of looked like Melbourne, okay? Just, it was too dense in buildings, but it kind of did, all right? You can't blame me on this one. Singapore. Ah, okay, that makes sense. That's making more sense. Or is this part of your trip to Europe? Is that why you put Europe in air quotes? I mean, we're really far from Europe here. Maybe this is where we started off. Right, we're in Singapore somewhere. Where? I don't know, if I'm being honest. We're somewhere like right around here. The answer is yes. Okay, so as a youth from Singapore taking a trip to Europe, okay, that starts making a lot of sense, right? A big fancy trip like this, Singapore? Yeah. All right, I'd believe it. Back to Europe, right? I don't know. Maybe not. Where the hell is this? Is this going to be 1933 to 1945? Okay, so we're at a World War memorial. Yeah, I believe that could this one be in Germany? I believe it could be. Based on this, I think it is. Unfortunately, I do not recognize where we are if I should be recognizing where we are. So, but I would say that this would be Germany. Almost certainly. Almost. If I'm supposed to be recognizing where we are, sadly, I do not. But, yeah, this, I mean, it feels familiar. It feels like I know where this should be. But where in the world would it be? I'm fairly certain it's in Germany. In and around Berlin. Let's go in a circle and place ourselves. Yeah, sure. Dresden, or like here. And the answer was, okay, all the way down there. Dachau. Yep, I mean, that, all right, there you go. That's probably why I knew where that was. All right, that's where we were, $25.99 to Germany. Big trip, Paris, Switzerland, assuming you maybe visited Zurich as well. Germany, nice trip. I'm liking it so far. And where else? Where's this last place? Hope Singapore wasn't part of the trip, and that's just perhaps where you're from. What do we got here? Well, we got a nice Toshiba laptop you can buy. All right, well, we've got some French going on, which is nice. So what country are we going to be in? Are we going to be back in France? Still 3 countries. That's a lot. Universe of particles. Well, we could be something. Could we be like at like CERN or something like that? Is that possible? That is possible. What does this say? Globe of Science and Innovation. That makes sense. So we are at a scientific globe. I mean, it looks like a globe to me. Accelerating. Okay, we are in CERN. That seems to make sense. So you went to CERN too? Oh, come on. That's really cool. I want to go to CERN. Okay, what city is CERN across from? Is it across from Basel? No, it's not. It's like around here, isn't it? Is this where it is? So I feel like it was hard to find the one time we've seen maybe it before. I don't know if we did. Is it in France? God. Silliness is going on here. Right, it's around here. No, okay, it's around here. But I sadly don't remember where it is. I feel like right around here is where it is. No. Right around... Yeah, we're still in France. What about here? Yeah, like right around there. Okay, let's make the guess. The answer is... No, Geneva. Oh, it's just hard to find. Okay, see, you were looking right at this thing too, weren't we? And then, there you go. So Geneva as well. Wow, some really cool places you visited. Paris, Geneva, what I'm assuming was Zurich as well as Winterthur. And then Munich or Dachau, stuff like that. Wow, there's a lot to see on a trip like that. That's like my God, you hit up a lot of places. That is really, really interesting. Very cool trip. And hell, maybe you are a youth from Boston and you did, on your European trip, go to Singapore, which apparently in my mind looks a lot like Melbourne, Australia, which if any of you guys are from Melbourne can tell me, no, that's not how Melbourne looks at all, you ding-dong. You should have figured it out in mere seconds. And I say to that, yeah, probably. But I had already established Australia as a provenance in my mind. So then when my Boston dreams came crashing down, well, then in that case, I went with my next best guess. And hey, as far as what city in Australia looks most like Singapore, which one does? Is it Melbourne? I think it is. Maybe it's Sydney. I don't know. 2906. Well, I can actually click this button and check out all the locations. So perhaps this is where we're from, because clearly we're quite far from Europe. But there you go. Paris, number 1. Number 2, not Berlin, but Winterthur. Then we went to Singapore. Then we went to Dachau, that's outside of Munich. And then we went to CERN, which is in Switzerland, near France. Geneva. Wow, lots of cool places. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Aw, yeah. Cue the royalty-free music. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, everybody. Get on your feet. Stand up, look at the screen, and repeat. I'm gonna like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I love watching Ather vids all of the time. Thanks for dropping by and spending the time. Hope you've enjoyed, and let's get on with our lives. Oh yeah. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for these awesome beats. Woo yeah. Have a good one.